It's kind of just lingering in my nose.
Should we tell them that it's been like a while since
No,
we
don't tell them that.
No. Kimono
We do
state
not
pardon.
acknowledge the passage of time in this cast.
There is no time. There is only Naruto. Hey guys, welcome to another episode of Believe It. I am Duncan, one of your co-hosts, here with Dom, Katie, and Liam. We're going to discuss 7 episodes of Naruto today, but before we do that, I have a grievance that I have to air with the group.
Okay.
Yeah, this is Duncan's confrontation corner.
Oh no!
What do we got over here?
He said he had a fun segment.
We're all friends, and we all hang out outside of the scope of this podcast.
We do?
And it turns out that in one session where we were all hanging out, I left the room for a couple minutes, and you guys put on the first episode of Naruto Shippuden.
Oh.
So I have one question.
I don't know.
Am I a fucking joke to you? Is this
Wait, what are you
podcast
talking
a fucking joke?
I'm
to
just
you?
not sure where you would have gotten that information.
Yeah.
Don't fucking lie. Are you... The disrespect that you're showing me and our audience, like
Who's
the
the
premise of
Naruto
this, the premise of this podcast
Is Duncan-
is that we go through and you guys experience Naruto. I'm supposed to be like
We did
Naruto
experience
Sharon,
Naruto.
guiding you across
Episode
the
1.
river Styx, and I look away and you put on water wings and go for a swim.
Is
Do you understand?
is Shippuden his son?
What is that? Who's the Shippuden?
Is that Naruto's?
Is that where you like?
You
Son?
committed a Naruto crime.
No, but is that where you like you take 2 characters and they're boyfriends or something? Is that a Shippuden?
I Shippuden Naruto Sasuke.
We did do a Shippuden.
You're trying to push past this. I will not allow it. You've all committed a grave Naruto sin and a disrespect to... Don't apologize to me. Apologize to our fucking audience.
Apologize to yourself.
Yeah, apologize to yourself, because you also did definitely ruin some stuff.
No.
I'm just
Hey.
not reading where you're getting this
I didn't
info from.
ruin stuff by watching 5 minutes of Shippuden. I ruined stuff for reading the description for the first episode of Boruto.
No, well, great. So we're really just...
Listen, you don't have to worry about me, Duncan. Can't read.
Don't understand.
I don't understand. As soon as I'm out of the timeline, my eyes glaze over.
Can't read.
Yeah, I
Absolutely confused.
I actually don't know how to follow a plot, so it's fine.
All right.
There was a lot of stuff going on, but we didn't realize what was
can you
happening.
explain what a Shippuden is?
I actually don't know why it's called Shippuden.
What does Shippuden mean?
It's something about wind, isn't it?
Who is a Shippuden?
I'm confident. It's something about wind.
Can we ask Google on the pod?
I never looked why.
Can we ask Google on
No,
the pod?
because Google will say
It'll
spoilers.
Spoil it.
It'll spoil it for sure.
It's just be like, the last episode of Naruto Shippuden, Kakashi's dead.
The village is on fire. Somebody said it was okay.
Which village? Everyone.
Every village is on
The
fire.
village hidden in the flame.
Is that a village?
It's a
Is that
rebrand.
one?
That's gotta be a village.
It's a village hidden in the Leaf rebrand.
Yeah.
No, but is there a fire one though?
Yeah.
Who knows? Today we're discussing episodes 26 to 32 of the original Naruto series. There's no fire village in that one. I'll tell you that much.
No.
There is a sound village, which is weird. How do you hide in sound?
Oh,
Like pretty
Secrets of the Sound.
pretty successfully.
Issues such as these that we'll be discussing in this podcast. I don't remember the names of these episodes. Does anyone have them?
Okay, buddy, I got them. So we start off with episode 26, special report live from the Forest of Death.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah, let's just burn through all the episode names all at once.
Okay, 27, the Chunin exam stage 2, the Forest of Death.
Yeah.
It really loves this Forest of Death thing.
Yep.
Eat or be eaten, Panic in the Forest is
Nice.
28.
That's a good one.
Forest.
Naruto's counterattack, Never Give In, is 29.
That is it.
30, the Sharingan revived, Dragon Flame Jutsu, fucking sick.
Tight.
And episode... Oh, wait, what?
31. Do you not have 31?
31 is Bushy Brow's Pledge, Undying Love and Affection. And 32, of course, is Sakura Blossoms.
Wow, we love to see it. So, yeah, this...
I didn't even write it down. That's
The
how
arc that we sort of
That's all I
cover
wrote down.
is they start the first half of the Forest of Death. All the teams enter the forest via different gates. They all have a Heaven Scroll and an Earth Scroll. It's basically like capture the flag, but there are 26 flags in play, and you have to steal a flag from another team.
It's pretty sick, pretty fun.
We introduced like some of the other Leaf Village ninjas. We learned that one of them controls bugs, and we learned that because he drops a billion huge leeches from the sky on his enemies.
We learned it before, didn't we? We like
knew he used bugs, but we really see him use bugs.
We didn't see him fucking murder people with bugs.
Yeah,
that was hot.
I was okay never seeing it.
We also get introduced to like a weird snake pervert with a long tongue who turns out to be Orochimaru. Basically, like the bulk of a lot of these episodes, after kind of introducing the premise of the Forest of Death and spending some time with the other ninjas.
Just to be clear, Orochimaru is a snake pervert. Just for
Orochi means snake in Japanese. Maru means pervert.
Yeah.
So like 3 episodes of this are dedicated to Team 7 fighting Orochimaru. First, he's in a disguise as like a normal Genin ninja, but then
normal? He murdered. Normal? Okay, she would have been normal if she wasn't like murdered by like a snake rapist.
She presumably was a normal ninja before a snake rapist murdered her.
Before a snake pervert stole her face.
But then it's revealed that it is Orochimaru, who like Anko, or Uncle as we've been calling her, has like some relationship with. He bites Sasuke in the neck and gives him a curse mark. He punches Naruto in the stomach and gives him some sort of curse thing.
Very hot.
So good.
He just fingers Naruto's stomach.
Sakura has to protect them from the Sound Village ninjas while both of them are like dealing with Orochimaru's curse, and also like every Leaf Village ninja comes in to help her and
he didn't want to touch
protect them.
He didn't want to curse her.
Yeah, he didn't.
She's not even worthy of a curse.
Yeah. So that's the basic thrust of like all of these episodes. But let's start at the beginning. The first episode we didn't even cover because it's kind of
the fever dream. It's the fever dream.
It's a fucking fever dream of an episode.
Yeah.
Katie, you want to start this one off?
For sure.
You feel strongly about this.
Well, yeah. So we all gathered on a Saturday morning after a Friday night, which meant that I was hungover. So starting with this episode was insane. And it hurt my brain a lot.
It was like a fucking Eric Andre sort of fucking.
It was really good. Yeah. So the goof is that like, oh no, we lost the tape for this episode.
We have to kill time.
Yeah, Kakashi's gonna run and get the tape, and we have to stall. So the stalling is the clip show.
But also Konohamaru is interviewing them.
But also Konohamaru. It's a lot.
It was so bizarre. And it was like trying to break the fourth wall in really weird ways. They're like, oh, we have the time slot for Prince of Tennis. What the fuck? What the fuck?
Is an anime that we've discussed for like some reason, but like a fucking wild shout out to just be.
It's like if an episode of Game of Thrones was like, we recently acquired the time slot for Mad Men. And like, what?
Oh no. The whole framing of that episode was just fucking crazy. And the fact that they use like 90% of just like, well, I mean, it is a flashback episode, sure.
It's a clip show episode.
But come on.
They reuse a lot of animations, but there's two there's two camps among the hosts on this. One of which is you reused all the animations, and another one is, well, you kind of went above and beyond and did like a meta like commentary on the like you added extra animations where they're like out of the frame, breaking the fourth wall, addressing the audience.
They did also just use the same shots with different backgrounds of the fucking you can't say it's a good meta thing when you're just
I felt like it was a good meta.
I felt like it was
this is the first full episode of filler, and let me tell you, I'm not mad at it so far.
I really liked it a lot.
Compared to the other filler episodes, this was like a beacon of light. This was amazing.
The other episodes I don't think were even like pure filler. This is, I think, maybe the first pure filler episode.
Don't act like episode 2 didn't exist.
Episode 2 is canon.
I've seen way worse recap episodes than this.
Like in Naruto, we've seen way worse recap episodes than this.
Yeah, and they've just been like middle of a battle.
This one at least has like a fun. Like, it doesn't take itself too seriously.
It's a little tongue-in-cheek.
This one has
tongue-in-cheek.
Kakashi fucks. This one has Kakashi fucking.
Yeah. Like, canonically fucking.
Canonically. They're like, oh my god, Kakashi, what took so long? And he's like, well, I met a pretty girl on the way and we stopped for a dance or something.
Yeah. And it's like,
okay, so Kakashi fucks.
Yeah.
Just in the middle of the day. Just
on
whenever
what lady do you think it was? It was Anko.
No, what's the other one?
No, it wasn't Anko.
What's the girl with she looks like
eyes?
Ooh, the hot one.
Yeah.
She looks like an Uchiha, but she's not an Uchiha.
Yeah.
Secret.
What is her name? I can't remember right now.
She's
but you guys all know. You guys all know.
You know, her.
Or it was just any fucking babe.
Just any babe.
It could have been any babe in Konoha.
What do you think they do? What's the roles of the non-ninjas in the village?
Well, we have like the
Sleeping with
ramen guy
They
who
satisfy
just
it.
makes ramen. I mean, they're still like a village.
They
They need to like
satisfy
sell
the
clothes
ninjas.
and make
Yeah.
food and stuff, you know. And they satisfy. There's pleasure.
Mostly they satisfy the
girls.
ninjas.
Yeah.
Jesus.
That's problematic, isn't it? Isn't there like a bad history for the term? Whatever.
I just meant
I'm
generally.
pretty sure those were like sex
I
slaves
just
in
meant
World War II.
generally they provide for the ninjas. So
Yeah, well, Duncan's head is in the gutter.
I'm gonna say it's in the gutter all the way.
You saw Hinata 3 times, once per episode, and it was just fucking hot.
She had like a few lines of dialogue
Yeah.
and he's
She did.
losing his
that's-
mind.
Was it
Yeah.
this episode
It was
or
this-
this one where she offers him like a
Naruto,
salve
here's a-
because he gets a cut
Oh,
on
it
his
might have
cheek?
been next
I think it's
episode.
next one,
Yeah.
and he just ignores her.
Yeah.
He curves her so bad.
It's like, wow, look at that weird
And
bitch Hinata. And she's
like,
like, here's the solve.
I
And
think
he's like, bye.
Yeah, he's like, see you around, and she just goes quietly to herself. I guess I'll save this for later.
Like, how did save it for your fucking team?
Oh, I love her.
You love
She's
her
wasting-
and not
she's-
my king Naruto?
She's
I love
wasting,
Naruto, too.
she's wasting
There's
precious
enough
fucking
left to go
materials for her team in the forest of death.
They don't need it. They have the bug boy, who's apparently fucking untouchable.
Yeah, I was just
but
gonna say I
still,
don't even know
what
who her
about- what
team
if the
is.
bugs got
I
hurt?
forgot.
What if the bugs got hurt?
Yeah.
A bunch of them did get
Who's
hurt.
the last guy in her
There's
team?
The
it's
wolf guy.
Bug
He
Boy,
steals out on
Kiba.
bugs.
Kiba.
And
Yeah, like who's gonna fuck with that team? You have the weird bug man and the puppy boy.
That's a good team.
God,
it's
it's
kind of
good
hard
ass team.
carry.
I don't want to jump. I don't want
Hard
to jump
carry
right into
Hinata.
the.
Shut up.
We can't jump right into that, can we?
to what?
Just skip the whole.
We've
intro
already
of
jumped.
The forest.
Oh, we jumped,
I
man.
mean, we're playing it a little fast and loose, but yeah, let's
I don't
let's
mind that.
rewind a little bit. So they're out. So like,
You're right. I don't want to skip this because what's up with the kids signing their own consent forms?
I mean, a lot of them don't have parents.
Hey, yeah. we didn't talk about this.
Most are orphans. Okay, good point. Good point.
Dude,
The soccer.
I mean,
They
they gotta
do-
have parents.
it's
Does
cra-
Sakura have parents?
Sakura has parents. It's crazy that
Well-
I don't think they're ever on screen, but she like does.
Okay,
have
I don't know.
parents.
Right.
It's crazy that there's ninja law that they like have to sign consent forms
Yeah.
because they're ninja. They've like hypothetically gone on missions where you could just get murked.
I
Yeah.
never signed a consent
Yeah.
form.
Yeah.
But like, what happens if their parents fucking sue? Like, we'll
sue-
take you down, Anko. Like, what?
They sue the Hokage.
She does say like you have to sign these consent forms, so you're not my responsibility. And it's like, I don't know the rules of this world.
Yeah.
So maybe
When did I
I'm-
become your responsibility? When did that start? I don't know.
Yeah.
Just legal team jutsus over here.
I don't even know the point of including that in.
It might have just been a
the,
bit.
the kids all have to sign a consent form to get their scroll, which is like the flag and capture the flag.
Yeah, well, do you think that's like a because I used to
probably
play a lot
like
of paintball and they'd make you sign consent
It's
forms
probably just
for
like
that.
a technique to
So
weed
it's-
them out. You know, the weak ninjas don't sign. The weak
The weak
ninjas are
ninjas,
too
they,
good.
They don't know how to write.
They
The weak
need
ninjas
you to know how to
literally
write your
cannot.
name. And
Yeah.
Naruto barely got that.
Naruto sweating.
Sakura covered for him. It's off screen,
Yeah.
but that is actually the first thing that she does. She just surreptitiously signs Naruto's form for him. But yeah, they have to sign a bunch of consent forms. Naruto, I don't know, talks some shit, and Anko throws like a kunai at him and like cuts his cheek, which is where we first meet Orochimaru because he wraps his tongue, his long snake tongue around the kunai and like gets right up on Naruto and like gives it back to Anko with his tongue and was like, "Oh, I'm sorry. The smell of blood just got me all torqued."
And she's like, "Thanks, Grass Ninja. How helpful of you."
yeah,
Like that's
totally
normal.
unfazed.
Like she knows him, right?
Yeah, they're like she was
She, like,
trained by
trained-
him.
She
So
knows,
she should've
she knows
known.
him and the grass ninja. Like, could she not put two
Yeah,
and two
should
together
have
here?
immediate red
Fuck.
flag. She is kind of a dumb
I didn't
bitch.
even think about that, but like to not even think
She was
about it.
probably
Recognize-
blinded by the brand new ninja hats that still has a
Yes.
tag on it.
Yeah, that's actually the craziest. Like all of Orochimaru's team are wearing those like pointed like rice farmer hats.
Yeah.
But they have fucking sales tags on them.
Yeah.
They like got them from the outlet store
Is that like
before
a
they
tell?
came to complete their
Is that a
disguise.
tell?
I
Being
have
like,
no
maybe
idea.
they just
Not
picked them up as a
I have
disguise?
no
Not to
idea.
flex. It's
just
they've
a
got
flex
It's
that-
on
like
these
when
little-
you don't take the sticker off a flatbread.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like,
Or like you keep the tags on the shoes. You know what I'm saying? Like the little.
Yeah. It's like, I just
man.
stole this.
What a dated fashion reference that is. You guys remember when
flat
LMFAO was popular and everyone was ripping flat
I
briefs?
do not.
Dude, everybody
still
still,
looks- that still
everybody does that
happens.
still.
Really?
Yes.
We're recording this podcast in the year 2020.
I thought you were
Where
saying
LMFAO is a incredibly popular act.
They're gonna make a comeback before the end of the year. Just you wait.
For sure.
just to round out this
What if
hell
people
year.
listen to this and are like, what's LMFAO?
I
Well,
mean,
I'll,
Laugh my
I'll
fucking
show
ass
them
off.
to my Forest of Death
shit, dude,
AMV.
we have some fans that are younger than us.
Okay.
They might have missed the window.
And if you did, don't go back.
So yeah,
Please listen to
these
me,
grass
do not
grass
return.
ninja, Orochimaru killed them, stole their faces, and then bought brand spanking new fits and rolled up to the
Yeah,
test.
that's fine.
Where
I like
he
that.
immediately
Honestly,
shows
sick.
Anko like, look, I'm a snake man. We're like, even if you didn't clock that was your old teacher, wouldn't you be like,
Would you
Wow,
still
this is
send that?
crazy.
was
Grass
this guy
kid, huh?
trained by my old teacher, maybe? He's
Yeah.
like a super criminal in the Naruto world.
It's a really weird grass tactic. When you're just growing your tongue, part of your whole thing.
Because she like puts it together later. Like why?
Yeah.
She
I
was
don't get it.
hungry. She
And
didn't have
then
any
she puts it together later, and she
Uncle.
like in her head is like, wait, was he already like in disguise then? And it flashes back to him giving her the knife with the big tongue, and it's like, fuck
just
you.
Of course.
He also,
Fucking of course.
In the flashback, it's also him dropping his wallet and his ID flipping
Says
open.
Orochimaru on it. Oh man. So we're introduced to them, and then everybody goes in the Forest of Death, basically.
Yeah.
And then all of the teams have a little aside where they're like, we all have one target, and it's very strongly implied that basically every ninja in the Forest of Death is trying to fucking kill Naruto.
Hell.
Yeah,
Which, like,
Yes.
yeah.
Yeah.
I would.
kinda
that would be
checks
my
out.
strat. Like immediately.
Oh, actually, before they go in, there's a confrontation between Sakura and Ino.
Oh yeah. So my girl Sakura and my other girl Ino.
my queens.
They literally just
hate
go up
you.
to each other
Dom
and
saying,
call
like,
each
they're
other.
my queens, 1010 is my queen, Tamari is my queen. Just intentionally leaving out Hinata.
Oh no.
Oh, no.
Similarly to
Oh, we'll cut this out.
word. Do you want to hear literally used in a sentence?
No!
Google, you
Should
stupid
I unplug
bitch.
the Google?
Yeah, maybe.
No, keep it in. I like it.
Okay.
It's a spicy fifth co-host.
Let me just say my final
Oh my god! Just unplug it.
Let me hear one
Unplug
more
it.
thing in there.
Wait, was she meant to say final words because she heard us threaten to unplug her?
Oh my god.
Like, please let me make a case for myself.
Okay,
but anyway.
leave this in.
Sakura's the best.
Please, if you unplug me, I die.
Okay, but anyway, Sakura and Ino get into a little scuffle, and Sakura literally just calls Ino ugly. Ino calls Sakura forehead, and they just go
Over and
back
over
and
and over
forth.
again.
Yeah.
Which, like, it's a bad insult to call Ino ugly.
It's so funny.
Because
Shut up, ugly.
they're all basically drawn the same,
Yeah, except Ino's hot.
except Ino's, like, hot.
Yeah.
It's a wild move. Not a strong argument that they make. But then they flash back and show that they were friends as kids. And that Ino, like, helped Sakura when she was getting bullied,
What a
kind of by negging her, and was like,
Yeah.
wow, your forehead is
Yeah,
big
just
as
like
fuck.
just own that forehead,
Yeah,
girl.
just own
Work
that
that
forehead.
forehead.
Just own it. It's not getting any smaller.
She pulled like a Tyrion Lannister from like season 1 Game of Thrones.
Yeah.
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 Hey, yo, girl, what that forehead do? And just like gives her the headband.
Yeah, and,
Yeah.
and then they're kind of friends.
It's sweet. It's like a nice moment.
And then you're like, oh, what could have happened to their relationship?
And it's really
Spoiler alert, it's Sasuke.
It's only Sasuke.
Sasuke. You want to know who I like? Don't you say Sasuke, you son of a bitch.
Even though,
Don't do it.
Even though
Don't ruin this.
You
We've made
stupid
this
slut.
friendship for 10 years. Don't say Sasuke.
every single girl likes Sasuke, so it's like that's not new. Like Ino and Sakura must have no friends.
Well,
Because everyone who
it's-
likes
it's a small
Sasuke, they're like
circle.
they're my enemy.
Well, and the fact that you go like we're rivals now.
Tamari
That's-
met Sasuke for 5 seconds and was ready to fucking risk it all.
Yeah.
Like he is.
I met Sasuke
babe.
for 5 seconds. And
And honestly, same.
yeah.
So yeah, they have had unfortunate social lives for the past little while. Clearly,
Being a ninja's tough, man.
I don't think it's a ninja. I
don't- yeah.
don't think you
I don't
can.
think it's a ninja.
Okay, yeah. Do all girls like Sasuke or do all ninjas like
All
Sasuke?
ninjas like Sasuke.
It's insane for the author to like. We give authors a lot of shit for like writing women, but it's insane to be like their only defining trait is liking
Both
this
of them.
like one hot boy.
Both
Yeah,
of them.
2 of them now.
It's insane.
Isn't this literally the Bechdel test? Is like they have to have a conversation about something that's not a dude?
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
We're crushing it so far. 30 episodes deep. Doing great.
It's a shame
And
that
I get in
nobody-
trouble on Twitter for saying she's a poorly written character.
Yeah.
By the way, follow us on Twitter, Believe It Cast.
Yeah, it's a good plug. Good mid plug.
What's his name? Shikamaru? I'm surprised nobody's into Shikamaru. Like it's
I am.
class.
Shikamaru?
I
Oh, no,
am.
I mean like the girls in class. Like I don't understand.
Oh.
It's just because you're into Shikamaru.
Yeah.
It's because he's
Well,
got.
because he's hot and he
it's
wears a
'cause-
fucking like the
Like a
Yeah,
fucking
he wears the
fishnet.
fish-
He also wears the fish
and
net.
like a vest.
Yeah, but
Really long hair.
Do you see Shikamaru liking anyone? He'd be like, seems fake.
You can't make that argument.
Seems
Look at
like a lot of
fucking Sasuke.
Oh, pussy, what a drag.
Look at Sasuke. He just called you a loser.
Full content. Shikamaru is honestly goals because like he has like just kips for everything these people
His,
say.
He's like
Forced
the
to death.
lazy. He's
we
the
talk-
lazy ninja, and they go hard into that trope.
Can we
in
talk
these
about?
episodes.
Can we talk
love
about
it.
his absolute best line to date when Uncle's like, "It's a survival test," and he goes, "Survival? What a drag."
Yeah,
Like,
so good.
yeah, same.
Everyone in the room said same.
Hard luck, that yeah.
Yeah, well, I mean, this is where we start really expanding the scope of the ninjas that we're interacting with, and you love to see it. 'Cause
I actually do. Hey, I do.
yeah, because there are like moments where Shikamaru, Choji, and Ino are like hiding in the bushes in the Forest of Death, and they're all
can I
talking to
talk
each other,
about
and they're
that?
like, "There's no team weaker than us. Like we're so fucked."
Choji's such a piece of shit.
Choji sucks ass.
Fucking hate Choji so much. I got a stack. We've been in for 2 minutes. And then he chips all over the fucking forest
he
floor.
immediately, as soon as they get in, starts eating barbecue potato chips, and is like, "I can't stop. They're my favorite flavor." And then like,
Are they barbecue?
I think they're barbecue.
It's like not a good flavor.
And then they almost get caught by other ninja because he leaves like a Hansel and Gretel trail of potato chips right to the bush that they're hiding in. And again, they establish very clearly that they're like, our team is not as strong as these guys. If anyone finds us,
But
we're fucked.
I do think that's kind of bullshit because I've seen Ino use her fucking like her jutsu, which is a powerful jutsu.
Well, no, it's not a combat jutsu because if it misses, she's fucked.
That's
like
true.
it goes in a straight line, and if they dodge it, her soul is just out of her body.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
It's
I
like
don't know if they've established that clearly, but like, yeah,
Fuck.
it's like a spy jutsu. It's not a fight jutsu.
It's like situationally good in a way that has not come up yet.
Yeah.
Well,
it was a test.
I
It
think
was like,
their
yeah.
whole
Yeah.
team is like that. You haven't seen Shikamaru's jutsu yet.
What
but
does Choji have?
I don't know.
I'm not going to tell
He's
you.
a fat
'cause
bitch.
it's-
What the
it's a
fuck
great-
does Choji do? No, spoil it.
Yum yum just.
Okay, so he
Yeah,
turns into a big. He's a Goron. He turns into a big ball and he rolls at the bad guys.
I hate
God
that.
damn
Fucking
it.
with me.
I'm not fucking with you.
I hate that.
Is Shikamaru's cooler?
Shikamaru's. Yeah, Shikamaru.
Shikamaru's is cool, and actually don't spoil it.
Okay, I actually.
Yeah, I don't.
don't-
I
he
just
also
wanted
has-
'cause
confirmation.
his is tight as hell.
God.
I just wanted.
Do we get to see in the tune-in exam? Do we get to see that?
Yeah. I think we'll see it like really soon.
Yes. Okay.
Sick.
Dope.
Sick of
Actually,
Maru.
the one thing I will say, as a guy who hates the show usually, I really like as soon as I get into the Forest of Death because it shows you what other competent ninja groups look like, and I'm like,
You know,
God,
what
yeah.
any competent ninja groups look like.
well, actually,
Yeah, we've never
to
seen
be
one.
fair to our dumbass Team 7,
yeah.
Sasuke puts a plan together pretty fucking well.
I mean, yeah,
Sasuke's
Sasuke's
a
always
fucking
been,
wonder
Sasuke's
kind.
always been
Like,
the carry.
Sasuke's
yeah.
a cold-hearted killer. Carries the team.
Yeah.
In
Yeah.
these episodes, we get like
Sasuke
the
does put
fucking
some
best of
good plans
Sasuke.
together.
Yeah,
Shit,
yeah,
you're
Sasuke-
right.
Yeah, he, like,
yeah.
the point where I was like, this boy is slowly working his way off the list. Like, I can't just hate him because of my childhood.
The thing with the
I'm
poem
removing
is
the
like
bias.
galaxy
I was gonna say,
brain.
yeah.
Like,
skipping
holy
forward
shit.
a little bit, but
Yeah.
I do think this is a good time to talk about the poem. So Naruto goes off to take a leak. Sakura's like, "Don't do it here. Go out of sight.
Ew,
And
not
don't
in
do it
front
here.
of
You're
me.
just swarmed with enemies. Get out of our sight line so we can't see you."
Yeah.
Naruto is of course like tied up immediately, and then somebody uses like an impersonation jutsu and comes out as Naruto, and also
And he's like, "Oh, I spelled my whole name." impersonation.
Yeah, which like great Naruto impersonation.
Yeah, like on
right
Very
off the
good.
bat.
fooled me.
But Sasuke identifies it's not Naruto because he like doesn't have a cut on his cheek and he's got a thing on the wrong leg. Like he did the spot the difference in the pictures.
Do you think they just this guy who I'm jumping ahead at like 2 seconds, but it is an imposter ninja.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
But I think that his whole design is based off of like, hey, wouldn't it sound fucking cool if we had like a
He's like anime Bane.
Like a little voice box boy.
Yeah.
I was raised in the forest of death.
Sasuke gets rid of that guy basically immediately.
Yeah.
He beats him in a fight, stabs him.
Yeah.
And then the guy's like, I'm out of here.
Yeah.
Which you said like, oh, why is he running like a bitch? I was like, well, he just got stabbed.
No, I think my thought was like, why doesn't Sasuke fucking get him? Like, why is he just letting him run like
Kill him,
like
Sasuke.
chase him?
Because he's got
Finish
two
him.
dumb fucking babies.
He does
who
have
can't
two
take care of
idiot
themselves,
children
and
that
if
he
they
needs to
get
look after.
eliminated, he's eliminated. So
That's a fair point.
Listen,
He
big
still
brain.
does have to carry the
yeah,
team.
he still does
We
have
forgot.
Oh yeah, because there are a couple rules in the Forests of Death, and one of them is like your whole team has to make it. Can't go 2 out of 3. All
Yeah.
of you have to survive. So they find Naruto. Sasuke comes up with like a way to prevent that from happening, and he basically is like, we all need a password, so I'm gonna ask you like, when does a ninja strike? And then he recites this like sonnet as an answer,
It's awesome.
and Sakura memorizes it, and Naruto's like,
Naruto says, I thought it was going to be a password.
I think my favorite part was Sasuke's like, we need a password. Sakura's like, what kind of password? And Sasuke's like, a secret one. Like, okay, Sasuke.
Incredible.
Well, he does have to spell it out for us.
For
be
these
fair,
dumb bitches,
why
yeah.
did she ask?
But so Naruto
She's the smart
obviously
one.
doesn't remember it, and then they get separated again after another ninja attack.
Which-
Naruto reconnects with the group, and Sasuke's like, "What's the password?" And Naruto recites it, and then he immediately attacks him and is like, "No way, Naruto would remember that. I set a trap for you, you fool."
Honestly, fucking killer.
Which like
so good.
so big brain. You love to see it.
In that moment too, when there's like the big sound wave that like ripples through, it's like, oh, what the fuck, the sound ninjas. But it was like, that's not the squad. That's not the same squad. And then I was like, that's when I knew things were fucky.
Yeah. Things were sus.
Yeah.
There's more than one ninja that can use sound waves around these parts.
I think it's a little bit shitty that you get. I mean, hey, listen, that's what happens when you lead with a good fucking killer move. FYI.
That wasn't even his strongest move, though, still, because he summons a 9,000-foot snake later.
Well, you know what I think's stronger than the 9,000-foot snake? A fucking wind scar that just rips through the fucking forest.
Wow.
Clearly
think
not.
so, man.
Because Naruto got fucking fully hit with it, and he was fine.
And then got eaten by a snake. It was a perfect plan. I don't know what to tell you.
Naruto getting
wasn't
eaten by
a
the
good
snake
plan.
was hellish and disgusting.
Yeah,
I
it
hated
was
it.
Gross.
That was the worst.
Naruto gets eaten by a snake right after getting separated by them and getting impersonated for the second time.
Yeah.
And they show the insides of the
Yeah.
snake, and it is like
The animation-
sticky and claustrophobic.
It's just so yucky.
And he's just
Yeah.
like stabbing around with his kunai,
and it's like
just
not
gross.
working. Yeah.
Just gross.
And then he gives it his rice ball.
as like
And then
an
he
apology,
explodes
which,
it with shadow clones.
Which, like, by the way, Naruto, the rice ball's already inside the snake. It has also eaten the rice ball. Like, you're not gonna convince it.
And then he literally blows up the snake with shadow clones, and it literally uses like the balloon sound effect that you get like in a fucking like Looney Tunes.
Which credit where credit's due. That's
I
a pretty
liked
smart
it.
move.
It was
That's
good.
that's a
It was
clever
good.
play on Naruto's
Good
part.
job,
Using
Naruto.
your one tool as best as
he
you can.
literally couldn't have done anything else. So
Yeah.
props to the boy.
Have we skipped way ahead? Are we missing anything else important?
Probably.
Sasuke, a cold-hearted killer. A lot of snake death. Nope, we're right on
Oh,
track.
all right.
All right, great.
There was like a million snake kills.
Lots of snakes died.
There
There's
was
a lot
there
of
was a shot
snakes.
of a bird landing on a tree.
Oh, yeah.
And then a snake just rolls up and chomps it right in front of all the kids before they go in.
Yeah.
Like they really harp on the fact that there's a lot of snakes in this forest.
And it is a forest of death.
Yeah.
Snakes equals death.
Yeah.
So the person who attacks them the second time and impersonates Naruto is Orochimaru, disguised as this dead grass village girl.
Yeah.
This begins the like very long fight between Orochimaru and Sasuke, and the same thing happens again to Sasuke where he gets like paralyzed by someone's bloodlust.
Well, no, she has a thing where.
No, it is just her like aura. Because he says like, is this illusion jutsu? No. They're just flexing super hard on them.
No, but then he does do the genjutsu after.
No. Sasuke is like, is this genjutsu? No, it's more than that.
Oh God.
It's like a killer's aura.
Okay,
Orochimaru,
so
like,
Sasuke's just really in tune to like the killer
I mean, it
vibes, the
fucks
murderous
Sakura. It
vibes.
fucks up Sakura too. She's like crying on the ground.
Okay.
What else is
You
new?
could lift a finger and fuck up
Sakura
Sakura.
cries, I think, 9 times in the course of these episodes.
More than 9. She cries 9 in the last episode.
And she is the one who
Some
earlier
say
said,
Sakura's
like,
still crying to
Ninja
this
Rule
day.
32.
Like-
Ninjas don't cry.
Yeah.
Yeah, like
It's like, oh,
okay,
forgot that
alright,
one, I
fuck.
guess. But yeah, so the bloodlust works on both of them, but I don't think it's a jutsu. I think it's just that Orochimaru is he's like a murder perv.
Yeah.
And so Sasuke.
So Sasuke.
So he's susceptible to it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so Sasuke has to like stab himself in the leg to get over this.
Well, he doesn't
which is
have
like,
to.
Oh, well, I mean, he kind of like.
He could
He
just
does it
die.
because he's horny for
Yeah.
blood.
Yeah. And thus begins the fight with Orochimaru, where he's basically running away and being like, "We can't fight this guy. I gotta get Sakura out of here."
It's literally him dragging her out of there.
He should have stabbed
Please,
Sakura.
God,
Oh yeah,
let's
and like
move."
several times she's like, "We have to do something," and then stands on a tree and watches Sasuke get the shit kicked out of him.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
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 love how-
She hasn't blossomed yet. She hasn't blossomed yet.
No.
No.
It's a few episodes.
That
from
comes
now.
later, yeah.
Yeah.
Give her time.
But so they're like running away from Orochimaru. I can't really remember any distinct cool moments from this fight.
Naruto shows up.
Naruto
and he's
shows
like,
up.
I'm too stupid to be scared.
Well, Naruto actually comes in with a pretty fire line, which he like throws a kunai or something at Orochimaru and like stops his attack, and then he looks over at the other two and he says, "What was the password again?"
Oh, yeah.
And it's like, our boy's
So
back.
good. That's
Yeah.
the real
Fire.
Naruto.
And I also like I think the next episode is where they're bargaining like, hey, give me your fucking scroll and we'll just not fight anymore.
Sasuke offers to just give Orochimaru the scroll if he'll fuck off, which like is not really what Orochimaru's here for, but they don't know that.
Oh,
at
and
the
then
time.
Naruto comes in with bars and is just like, "You must be a clone because the fucking Sasuke I knew would never be such a pussy."
Yeah, just
Yeah,
gets
I
his
did
ass.
like that.
That was really good.
Anytime.
Is that,
someone
yeah.
calls Sasuke a bitch,
That's
I'm kind of
that's Naruto's
How dare
counterattack.
you.
Never give in.
Yeah, and he
Sick.
does
He
never
doesn't
give
give
in.
He never gives up. He's John Cena.
And he also like flips a line that Sasuke said to Naruto earlier back on him.
Yeah.
I can't remember
Yeah,
what it is exactly. He's like, "Oh, are you hurt, you little baby?
Yeah.
Oh, are you gonna shit at this?" Like he just.
Are you a dumb little baby? But yeah, it is something. It's like calling him kid.
Yeah. Sasuke really
He
is
does
like.
call him kid, yeah.
Sasuke really has the weakest mental in the game. Like he's a great ninja, but it is so easy to shake him.
Well, I mean, but here's the thing: like he's scared for legitimate reasons, right?
Yeah.
Like,
And it's because like
It is just that
Naruto's
Naruto's too dumb to be scared.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, like, I don't know. Like, the thing I'm liking a lot right now is, like, Sasuke is, like, the only real character out of the three of them where he, like, has goals,
Naruto has goals.
No, he doesn't.
Yeah, he
has
wants to
goals.
be the Hokage.
That's a shit goal,
That's a
okay?
great
It's
goal.
That's like
way
the
out of his-
only defined goal in this whole shit.
Well,
No.
kill my brother's a goal.
Kill my brother's a great goal.
Same.
Is it?
Yes.
Wow.
Kill.
Hokage is a great goal. Hokage is basically like the goal for ninjas.
Yeah.
For bitch-ass ninjas, maybe.
For
What's
all ninjas.
No, do you think
Being the Kage
do you
of your
do you
village
think
is like
Kakashi
the
wants to be a fucking
Yes.
Hokage?
Yeah.
No,
Probably.
dude.
And I think he's gonna be, quite frankly.
That would be
It's
so
a called
sick.
shot.
Anyways, I am like,
is.
because like at least with Sasuke, you can see him when he's good, you see him when he's bad, you see him when he's scared.
See him
They
when
all
he's up.
have.
You see him when he's down.
He's got full emotion. He's got a full range. Where like Naruto is just dumb the whole time.
We've seen Naruto being
Naruto
like
does
scared and sad.
fully stop a
it's just
skyscraper-sized snake with his bare hands.
Well, he didn't do that.
He did.
He did.
A fox did it.
He's a
Well,
fox.
he's the fox. They're the same entity.
I don't know about that.
Well, I mean, he uses the fox's energy. That,
Could you
like,
point to me where the fox lives?
His belly button.
Yeah.
is
so
that a part of Naruto?
Okay, so
let's do some fucking hip bones connected to the femur bone.
We'll do that. We'll do that.
Belly button.
Yeah, belly button there. But let's say you're possessed by, say, a demon, and they give you supernatural powers. So whose powers are they?
Yours.
Okay, that's weak.
That's my attitude towards
Yeah,
it.
I believe that too.
I sold my soul to a demon to be incredibly good at podcasts, and I would consider that my power.
Fair enough.
Jesus Christ. But then, okay, what about getting like just hand-me-down powers because of your lineage? Like, what
Right.
are Sasuke's like eyes?
Yes.
Well, that's-
if not like
It's the same.
Just-
it's the same
yeah.
exact.
It's
like,
not an entity. It's not a living entity.
But it's like an innate.
You don't know
It's
that.
like an innate.
Little bitch.
It's like a thing that you
you?
are born.
I don't know.
It's a thing that you just have
I did watch
inside
5
you
minutes
for
of
no reason
Superman.
other than
Maybe
being
I
a
know.
character.
I did watch 2 seconds of Boruto. And
Well, no, but Sasuke also got bestowed some of Orochimaru's power in this episode.
True.
So that's exactly the same shit.
no, I wouldn't. It's not a separate entity.
Okay.
that hasn't
okay.
come into play yet, so we can't really get into that. But
Is that anything?
Thank you for using it. It's just
It's just an Adobe
thanks.
Flash.
Oh,
Well,
bye,
don't-
Flash.
bye.
Okay, cool.
Not
We'll cut that out.
Not during the pod,
all
please.
Flash is
all the
dead.
times to be like, hey, thanks for using me.
No, like a lot of these, I think it's a weird take to say that like any power that you don't earn yourself is not a legitimate
That's
anime
not what I'm
power.
saying. That's not what I'm saying. That's not what I'm saying at all. I'm saying a fox spirit that possesses you.
It's
is
not possessing him.
I would. Is it not?
It's living.
Whose personality is it? It's like Naruto is not like the fox's personality. It's fucking Naruto. He's just got this
He
like
just
fox chakra.
He just
inside
got
him.
some like
Yeah.
a reserve battery of chakra.
Yeah, basically.
Yeah.
I don't know.
So okay, what does Orochimaru do to his stomach? Like he does
So
like a
he
weird
just-
like
he just
flame
tickles
seal.
it. So
and he, like
Naruto has this seal that like keeps the fox inside, basically.
He tickles him.
Like the seal is the thing that makes the fox.
so does he
Naruto.
get rid of the seal?
He
Tickle, tickle.
fucks with it in some way.
Okay. We don't know.
We don't know what
it's
it,
for.
but he
Okay.
fucks with the seal.
Okay.
Hold on.
Tickle, tickle.
If he needs a seal for it,
Stomach.
what? I'm just saying. A seal implies something's being kept.
Right, but
Well, it's
Yeah.
broken.
Yeah,
it's
I mean,
broken like episode
a demon.
8.
A demon is inside Naruto, but Naruto's the one who like pulls on that energy and uses it. Like it's still. It is, I think, no different than having like a bloodline trait like the Sharingan. I think it's a pretty fair
Yeah.
I'm
comparison.
so sorry. It broke in episode 16.
You're just not a fan of the nouveau riche when it comes to powers. You're like old money only. It's got to be generational.
It's gotta
power
come down
wealth.
through the blood.
Yeah.
Is Deku powerful?
Is well, again, Deku. Oh, I don't know enough about the fucking Deku.
No, but just like beginning where he gets bestowed a power by All Might. Is he powerful?
Again,
Is that?
it's not a voice that's speaking to him in his head.
The fox
don't
isn't speaking
speak.
to Naruto in his head.
Not yet.
It's spoken to him.
No, it hasn't.
Spoilers.
Do you
My
think-
Hero Academia.
Hey
manga
guys, do you
spoilers.
think that the song "What
Also
Does the
Naruto
Fox
spoilers.
Say" was about Naruto?
Yes.
They didn't
This
even
is
hear it.
getting
What does the fox say?
unhinged.
Believe it. Yeah, this is off the
We're
fucking-
40 minutes in and we've discussed nothing. No, we're like halfway.
No, I think we've covered some very important ground, but we can move on. I'll read you my notes. For episode 30,
Yeah, whatever. We're kind of just we're playing it fast and
fucking
loose this time.
Sakura sucks so hard.
Keep going. Keep going.
Is that it?
I've got a fan
Is that the whole note?
No, I also have twin snake sacrifice jutsu.
Oh yeah, so we're a little behind that. But yeah, Sakura sucks these episodes because like they
Yeah.
keep cutting to her being like, we have to intervene.
What should we do?
What should we
have to do something.
And then she does nothing.
Oh,
So it's like,
one thing that she did say too, she was like, she was bitching out Sasuke because he was like freaking out and like trying to run away, and she's like,
Yeah, she like gives the others a hard time for like not doing things, and it's like you are on the ground
Yeah,
crying.
you like haven't stood up in 4 episodes.
you haven't thrown a ninja star, you haven't thrown a kunai.
She does. She throws her first kunai.
Yeah, well,
Baby's
no,
first
it's not her
kunai.
first kunai.
It is her fucking first
No,
kunai.
because she's
She
thrown
threw
on
the
the
one at
Haku and
Haku.
caught.
Yeah.
But she throws a kunai. Orochimaru knocks Naruto out after he fucks with his seal.
Yeah.
When he's like, "Oh, you're the little fox boy.
Yeah.
I'm an agent of chaos," and
just
Do you
yeets him
think
to
he
the
just
side.
engaged like all the ramen in his stomach to be
yeah,
like
you just churned it out.
gross. Yeah,
Just
just
give it a little wiggle.
Gives it a
If
little
you give
spoiled milk.
Naruto's stomach any sort of vibrations, he passes out because the balance is so delicate in there.
so many spices, and just eggs, and
The ramen meets the spoiled milk. It just
Yeah, his
fucking
diet is
explodes.
so fucking rough that you got to be careful with this torso area. But no, like Orochimaru's gonna kill them, and then he's like, "Oh, the boys in this team are interesting, so I'm actually just gonna like kind of mess with them and then leave."
Just
gonna
So
perv on him for a
he
while.
gives
Just
Naruto
gonna
this
kiss
person,
him.
knocks him out, and then throws him off the tree. Sakura does throw a kunai that like gets Naruto's jacket and stops him from falling.
Perfectly aimed.
We have to give Sakura credit where it's due.
Perfectly aimed.
You know,
wow, where was
Incredible.
That? Where was that?
I'm a
27 episodes ago.
yeah. I'm a fair and unbiased
more.
reporter of the Naruto news, and Sakura did technically do a thing in that episode, so good on her.
It's pretty good. But
this-
it was like bookended with just like sitting on the ground.
Yeah,
crying.
absolute cowardice and pathetic behavior. After Naruto gets knocked unconscious, Sasuke kind of gets his shit together and fights Orochimaru with his Sharingan on, and it's like a beautifully animated fight.
This is the
Yeah,
sickest fight in
yeah,
Naruto.
actually.
Yeah, it's really
good. They have some like somebody said it was like Attack on Titan vibes when Sasuke was like swinging through the trees.
yeah.
It's like great, like beautifully animated hand-to-hand combat where it's like feels fast and heavy. Like they really did a good job.
And they
with
go
this
like
one.
crazy with like the swooping camera angles too. Like it's great.
Shows you
This
what a
is
fight.
so
Shows you
good.
what a
This
fight
is-
can be in this show.
This is where they had the budget for that fucking
for that one episode that we yelled about.
Well,
a couple
no,
weeks ago.
even the one we just yelled about, the first episode in this patch, in this group of episodes, they're just saving up for that
Yeah,
animation,
honestly.
honestly. They're
Yeah.
just doing it.
Yeah, it's that season 2 budget.
It's
bit.
it's a good
So,
trade.
Orochimaru is like, okay, these kids are interesting. So he extends his big, ugly snake neck
Gross.
and bites Sasuke like a
Gross.
vampire and
Disgusting.
then pieces out. Oh, he also, at one point, I don't know where this is in the plot, but I do need to address it, that he wraps his legs around a tree trunk.
Oh, yeah.
Like, he's got like
Oh,
metal
yeah.
bones in his leg, and
his
he like
legs are
slithers
just hanging
around
over
a
the
tree trunk.
branch.
That was
And they
horrific.
keep cutting to like a wide shot of him just vibing with his fucking legs in like a corkscrew.
He's like
around a
looking
tree trunk.
directly in camera too. He's just like, "Hey, what's up?"
It's so uncomfortable.
And he does just deep throat the scroll too.
Yeah.
He just like
Swallows the
takes the
scroll.
scroll and just like unhinges his
Slurps it
snake
down.
jaw.
Yeah.
It's just so much body horror.
Orochimaru is the body horror character. He is like out of fucking Uzumaki. Like he is not a character in
terrifying.
this show.
Okay, so we talk about the weird like neck thing where he just goes and takes a chunk out of fucking Sasuke's neck. Sakura just watches that happen.
She does.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
she can hit with pinpoint accuracy Naruto
Any
following.
any part of the neck really.
Yeah.
is a vulnerable
There's
area.
there's sort of a lot of it. Oh
It's
my
probably
God.
just like a direct cut to her being like, "Why can't somebody do
Well,
something?"
right
I think
after
it
she
really
holds Sasuke
is.
in her lap, and she's like, "Sasuke!" As he's like, just
And then-
She's like, "Sasuke, are you okay? Are you
Dude,
okay?"
it's
just screaming.
and then doesn't she scream for Naruto? And it's like he can't help
Can't
you.
do anything.
Naruto, do something!
He's
Dead on that
unconscious.
tree.
You
also-
yeeted him to a
There's
tree.
also a point earlier where somebody screams in the forest of death, and she goes,
Was
"That
a
sounds
scream?
like a scream," and it's like, "Yeah,
Yep.
yeah."
Hey, she's a very well written character, okay? Think about it. Think about everything you just said.
Yeah.
And that's perfect.
Well
Yeah.
written that is.
So strong. So brave. Look how smart she is.
Well, let's get into a couple episodes.
So then we get to Anko discovering that Orochimaru is in there because some ninjas are like, "Hey Anko, there's some wild dead bodies that like have no face," and she's like, "Oh boy, that's my old mentor." She like runs through the forest of death after eating 9,000 dumplings. Like she canonically eats
Anko!
like
Relatable.
millions of
She has to
calories.
stop.
Ooh,
Oh yeah, the Anbu make a return.
hell yeah.
So yeah, she's like talking to the special force ninjas.
What do they do? They just like
They're just
paralyze
cops.
some
They're seek and
tigers.
destroy ninjas. That's
No, I know what
they
they
Yeah.
do, but what
Yeah.
do they do?
Cannibals.
They
They
paralyze
Yeah.
some tigers.
paralyze some
Yeah.
tigers.
Anko gets like ambushed by some tigers and they paralyze them. That's basically all the Anbu do.
Some very well animated.
Yeah, and she's like,
tigers.
Yeah, some
Weird.
normal looking tigers, some Poochie the dog ass tigers.
I'm surprised he didn't. Oh my God, wolves!
But she finds Orochimaru at night. They have kind of a fight. She like shoots snakes from her arm to show like, oh, she really is his student.
It's pretty sick.
And then she like stabs. She eventually gets him against a tree, stabs a kunai through both of their hands, and like takes his hand to do jutsu with, which is like kind of a cool idea.
Kind of a flex.
And then is like twin snake sacrifice jutsu. It's like a kamikaze move.
Murder
and
suicide jutsu.
Orochimaru is just like,
Over here.
substitution jutsu, idiot. It's like, yeah, this is the millionth time this show has used this. Like, of course.
It's the most basic fucking jutsu, and everyone falls for it.
Every time, yeah. And like, why would you go so hard into it immediately? You know what I mean? Like, that's...
Yeah.
Maybe that's why they don't lead with the strongest move, because it could just be 1,000 substitute jutsus.
That's
Exactly,
fair.
Liam.
That's a fair point.
Checkmate, Liam.
Fucking defeat yourself.
Got him.
He's
The only one
got
who
the
can beat
board
me
and he
is
keeps
me.
spinning it around and making moves against himself.
Yeah.
But yeah, so there's a fight with Anko, and then Orochimaru pieces out and is like, if you stop the test, I'll burn the village to the ground.
Well, doesn't he have like? It feels like doesn't he have control of her, like a mind control?
Yeah,
sort of
she
fucking
also
thing?
has a mark on her neck, and it's
Yeah.
implied that Sasuke has the same
one.
shit going on.
Yeah.
So she has some sort of curse mark. He's like, if you stop the test, I'll kill the third Hokage and burn down the village. And then he tells her, or she says, that there's like a 10% survival rate on the curse marks. So Sasuke is not in a great spot.
No.
What prompts her to say that?
I can't remember.
Exposition.
Exposition.
Of course.
Because we didn't know.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, it's just so that we know how serious it is that Sasuke's dying or whatever.
yeah, and I do like kind of like the guys that discovered the 3 murder bodies. Like, shit.
Oh, not
shucks.
this again.
And he's like, it was like before the test even started.
Yeah.
Beans.
Frig.
Imagine being those Genin ninja, by the way. You're like, oh, I'm really excited for this exam. And then you just get murked and you have your whole face taken. It's
Yeah.
like, cool life. Cool life to be a side character.
I mean, imagine getting eaten by one of fucking dude's leeches immediately. Like, that's not a good way to go either.
Yeah, that's
Some of the
true.
Kennys just get fucked
God, I
up.
can't believe Shino just wipes a team with fat leeches.
Hell yeah.
Disgusting.
Yeah.
I hate it.
Hinata uses a Kekkei Genkai. in this.
Disgusting. I hate it.
It is kind of an ugly one because her like veins pop out of her whole face when she uses it. But she uses like an eye thing
I
to
didn't
like see where people are in the
I didn't
forest.
really notice that.
Yeah, I mean it happens pretty quick.
Yeah.
But
So she's just
I
copping
remember
that.
every W that my queen receives. So
Is it?
I would call it a dub.
Well,
I mean it's a Kekkei Genkai. It's like an extremely. It's like bloodline traits are like a really big deal in Naruto, but like whatever, it doesn't matter.
hey, doesn't her brother have that same move?
Neji is not her brother. He is her cousin. But yes, he does.
Okay, so
Yeah,
Is it-
fucking Sasuke's brother also has the Sharingan. Does that mean it's not cool?
Who?
We,
is that Shippuden?
No, we've been introduced to Sasuke's brother.
Yeah,
We've
Sasuke's
seen
brother
him in
Shippuden.
Sasuke's brother's name is Shippuden.
we saw Neji do some cool shit. I mean, he didn't really do anything, but he like
Good
was
leadership.
introduced
Oh,
and
yeah.
like was kind of a menacing presence.
Yeah, the Liam's team rolls up on Neji.
Teammate.
And I think they're Team 10. We'll call them teammate.
Ino's team.
Ino's team, and she tries to seduce him, and he's like,
Hell no.
go away.
Just curves
And
her
then-
immediately.
And then they like consider making a move on him, and he turns around, and he's like, did you just raise your fists at me?
He's like, I'll fucking kill you.
Destroy you. It's like, damn.
I
all right.
forgot.
And they're like, oh yeah. Like they know it.
Yeah.
And then they just cheese it.
Rock Lee's team is so much stronger than all the
So-
other Leaf Village teams. Like, Neji's a beast, Rock Lee clearly a beast. 1010, like, we haven't seen
We haven't
much,
seen
but
her
like,
do anything,
by all
but-
accounts, also pretty competent. Like, just a good ass team.
They're easy top team, except I guess like Sasuke carrying Team 7.
Yeah,
But
and I guess other villages, but like nobody's really impressed us that far except for Gara, I guess, who we
Yeah.
don't see much of in these episodes.
we haven't seen Gar yet. No, I wonder what he's up to.
See any of it?
Murder.
Speaking of Rock Lee, I was gonna say we have 2 episodes to cover, and that'll be about 45 minutes of content.
Yeah, because we do have to spend some time on the boy Rock Lee.
Holy fuck.
So yeah, in this like after all this shit happens, the boys are unconscious. Sakura like puts them under a tree
Oh,
then
just
falls
dip
asleep
shit.
like 3 times.
I have to stand guard, and then immediately falls asleep.
Has a nightmare
Good
where
work.
she like wakes up and like is kind of being competent, gets owned, and then like was sleeping.
And she has a
It's just
dream
like, oh
sequence,
my
and it's just
God.
like, yeah, you just fell asleep. And then like later on in the episodes, they're like, she's exhausted, she can't move, and it's like, you
She got
weren't
a
in
full
the
night.
last fight, so what happened that
She
tired you out
threw
so much?
one knife.
You know
she
how
got
you
a
have-
full sleep.
Dude, you know how you have a nap and you wake up and you're like not really rested, you're still kind of sleepy?
And you like
that
can't,
was
you
that
like
was
can't
Sakura.
stand up to defend yourself against 3 ninjas that are attacking you.
Or help your friends, or save yourself. Or
Dude,
be
it
confident.
happens all the time.
Yeah.
Relatable. We stand a relatable
So
queen.
Sakura is the only one protecting the boys. She is being like stalked by 3 sound ninjas. But then we like cut to Rock Lee, who's like just vibing in the forest because his team split up because they're all so strong that they're like, we can handle ourselves. We'll meet back up here tonight and just like kind of get the lay of the land.
Well, and they all Neji. The thing about Neji is like he's definitely team captain for sure, right?
Yeah.
And,
Yes.
Like the other 2 are just know that like that's what a team's supposed to be.
Yeah.
And so he's like, we're gonna meet up here at this time. He throws a knife down, and we'll meet at this knife.
What if somebody took the knife out in the meantime?
Free kunai.
Yeah, and then they're like, shit, was this the spot?
Cover the whole.
Stop. They're smarter
Yeah, well,
than
yeah.
that.
There's no way Neji's gonna get fucked by that. Come on, think
I
about
mean-
10-10.
I feel like Rock Lee is kind of a dummy.
No, he's super punctual.
He is super,
He's super
punctual. That's
punctual.
true. He's very disciplined. That's a
Being
good point.
He's a
punctual
fucking
doesn't
dummy.
mean that you know where you're going.
Well, to be punctual, you have to know where you're going, so you can be there on time. So, checkmate.
That's
Interesting that you would bring this up
That's-
like it's from
yeah.
experience. But yeah, Rock Lee's just swinging through the forest and he
then
sees
there's-
these leaves.
He sees 20 leaves falling from the sky, and he's like, okay, if I can catch all of these leaves before they hit the ground, Sakura will love me. And if I cannot, she will never return my affection. And then he like dives
That's a
off the
good Rock
tree
Lee impression.
and starts
Pretty good.
like, it's all about like the rhythm.
Yeah.
He always talks like this, and there's a pause.
Yeah.
He talks exactly
no-
like Guy Sensei.
No
Yeah.
contractions. Yeah.
So he dives off the tree and is like snatching these leaves up super fast. And then, we have to rewind a little bit so this makes sense. The sound ninja send a squirrel at Sakura with a paper bomb on it as like a suicide squirrel, and she throws a dagger at it and like gets it to fuck off. And they're like, oh, she detected our presence? Why did she throw the dagger? But then later on, Rock Lee sees this squirrel that is like trying to get this bomb off of its back.
He's like, oh no, who would do this to you?
Who would do this to such an innocent creature? And he like sacrifices catching the last leaf
To
in his like
save the
his
squirrel.
game with himself to win Sakura's love to peel the paper bomb off the squirrel.
A fucking king.
So-
And then the
That's
squirrel
good.
just hangs out on his shoulder because they are best friends.
Yeah, he
He's
rolls-
Rock Lee's friend to all animals.
He rolls into the fight with the squirrel.
With the squirrel.
Like
doing his
gently-
pose, but with the
Yeah,
squirrel. It's
gently
like,
places him down.
Yeah, because before they fight too, he's like, "Thank you for accompanying me, friend,
Yeah.
but it's time for you to go on your way." And the
He said-
squirrel just like wanders off.
Is that implying that the squirrel gave him directions to where this happened, and he can talk to animals?
Let's say
Sure,
yes, though.
yeah.
Why not? Let's give it to him. Let's say Rock Lee can talk to woodland creatures.
I think he's got
like
a
a
sense.
Disney princess.
He's got a sense.
He's got a sense for that.
But Rock Lee shows up to like protect Sakura, and then she's like, "We're not even on the same team," and he's like, "Sakura, I will protect you with my life."
She's like, mod flex, but
She's
okay.
like, "Wild, but thank you."
She's like, we may not be on the same team, but you are my girlfriend.
Yeah, well, and then she says thank you, and he's like, "She accepted," and it's like, Rock Lee, I don't think.
He says, like, she said yes.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
it's
like,
like, she did not.
I don't know.
So she said, "I'm glad you thought that. That's cool."
you deserve better anyway, buddy. Don't worry about it.
Yeah,
absolutely.
But he
True.
proceeds to like fight these sound ninja, but it's a 3 versus 1, and it's a tough battle for
He
Rock.
acknowledges that too. Like he's like, I probably shouldn't be doing this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He still almost does take one of them out, but the other ones like sort of come in to support and help him.
Like a team.
Yeah, and then Rock Lee.
Almost like if someone's like standing behind you that could have like done something to maybe help
you
your
should like
situation.
support your
Yeah.
teammates.
It's almost
when
like
they're,
it should have
in
been a
danger.
2-on-3.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Yeah, where's Temtem and Neji at?
Well, I mean, like and especially like Sakura's pretty well rested.
And like right there.
Hey,
like
we skipped over some cool things that Sakura did because she actually made a double trap.
That's true. Has that happened yet? I guess
no. Well,
I can't remember what the order is.
It did happen before Rock Lee because they're about to.
The reason that she throws the dagger at the squirrel is because the squirrel's about to set a trap that she had like laid out in the night to protect her and Naruto and Sasuke. And then there's a second trap after the first trap. So like, credit where credit's due. It didn't fucking work at all.
No.
They defused them immediately, but like
they fell right into the first trap and then just like dodged the second trap.
They blew up this like there was a log coming in, the guy just like punched through it. So it's like cool. Okay, it didn't succeed.
Some like Star Wars ass fucking planet Endor.
Well, I'll tell you what, it's effort. So like that's progress. She was like doing stuff. But yeah, Rock Lee gets kind of owned because it's a 3 versus 1 and his teammates are actually helping him. And then Sakura is looking around and is like, everyone keeps dying on my behalf for some reason.
There's literally no reason for anyone to ever help me.
And then the sound ninja girl like grabs her by the hair and like just like kind of wiggles her head around while she's holding her hair and is like, I'm gonna make you watch me kill your friends.
Like just some schoolyard bully type shit.
Spit on her.
So eventually she reaches her breaking point and she cuts her own hair to like escape this girl's grip. And there's like a long flashback that shows that the reason she grew her hair out is because she heard that Sasuke likes girls with long hair, which can't be true because Sasuke, there's no way he has a type of
Can't
girl.
be true because Sasuke's an asexual.
And he hasn't
like for real. Like he's
Sasuke
solely
only loves
obsessed on
boys
revenge.
in orange jumpsuits.
Sasuke's revenge
He's
sexual.
Naruto-sexual.
Where did they get this intel?
It's never really implied.
They got it from his brother.
They hear from someone that Sasuke likes girls with long hair, and both Ino and Sakura just take it as gospel. Itachi told them as he was leaving the village. But she cuts it sort of showing that like she does care about more than just impressing Sasuke. As you know, she cares about not immediately dying more than impressing Sasuke, which is good.
All right, guys.
Pretty good.
This was a fucking great moment.
This is.
I don't care what any of you have to say. This is like an iconic
the cutting her hair
Sakura moment. Yes. It's a
the
really sick moment.
The thing that comes after is cool. This is.
When she gets punched in the head a bunch?
No, before that. In between cutting her hair and getting punched in the head a bunch, she does some cool stuff.
No. The cutting the hair is good.
I don't
cutting
think
the hair.
it's that
Okay,
impressive.
so probably as a male who has always had short hair, you've never placed maybe that much like importance on having really beautiful long hair. But I have. I almost cry every time I cut my hair.
Okay, well,
yeah, I gotta say, if like my friends were behind me and like someone had me by the hair and they're like, "We're gonna kill all your friends," I'd be like, "Yeah, go ahead,
just do it."
It took too fucking long to make this happen.
All right,
0% chance this happened.
Well, fair enough. Coming from the long hair people on the pod,
It's big.
All right,
It's a big move.
It's an emotional move.
Although, I mean, is she? Again, it sucks for her because like she has no other attachment to her long hair besides the fact
that Sasuke likes it.
Yeah, which
Maybe she does.
Maybe she does.
It's beautiful.
Maybe
pink
just
hair.
also Sasuke likes it.
And no, because it's made like they say earlier. Like,
well, actually, next episode we'll get the background thing where just says, "Wow, Sakura, you grew your hair out," and just all the exposition.
No, that was previous.
But no, I mean when the situation's saved and they get helped after we watch and and her talk.
Well, all the flashbacks were like to set this up because at first it was like grow the hair out.
Yeah, her
to
hair
own
is
the
like
forehead.
tied to her confidence.
Yeah.
So okay, all right, you've swayed me on this.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
this is like This is actually writing a girl.
All right,
I think.
I'm on board.
It's
I'm
the
on
best
board with this.
example of
I-
writing a female character
in the show.
like truthfully and well.
And they do lay the groundwork pretty reasonably to like establish stakes with her hair and like emotional investment in it. Not just related to Sasuke, although the immediate context is in reference to Sasuke again.
Yeah.
I just hope it's not like instantly forgotten, you know? Like cutting the hair to be like, I don't care what Sasuke thinks anymore. There are things that are more important. Here's my hair gone. I think that that's really cool, but if she just goes back to like, Sasuke, I miss you, I love you. Like, what was it for, you know? Like, it doesn't matter.
I think we can just let it live as a moment. I think it still counts as growth. Yeah. I mean, she doesn't have to like totally disavow her attachment to Sasuke for it to be so good, something.
That would be so good.
She's like, I'm over Sasuke.
Well, and he was just like, you know, that's the one bit of attention he like liked. You know, didn't really, you know, because he doesn't seem like he gets a lot of attention because he's also an orphan bitch.
He gets all the attention
in the fucking world.
But what if that's the intention, or the attention he needs?
Oh, he just needs some girl to not pay attention to him, and he's immediately in love.
Yeah.
No, I think I don't think she needs to totally distance herself from the Sasuke thing. I think you've convinced me that there is emotional stakes in her hair, and that is enough to make this moment significant, regardless of like her context going forward.
Yeah,
I'm sold on this.
Okay.
And then her next moment is also tight. So like this is actually not
also
a bad
really good.
2 good moments. And then she gets punched in the head a bunch.
Yeah. So she fights like the third sound ninja, and she uses substitution jutsu to dodge his attacks twice, and she like uses hand signs to cast substitution jutsu, which is the first time we've seen hand signs on substitution jutsu.
No, it's the first time we've seen Sakura do anything. Is what I meant.
Use a jutsu.
Oh, fair enough.
Yeah,
it is also the first time we've seen Sakura use a jutsu. And then she does it a third time as he throws knives at her, and he's like, I'm onto your pattern, whatever, fuck you, where is she gonna appear next? And she like faked the hand signs, took the kunai shots to like get the drop on him and land a hit, which like bars, like that's hot. That's so good.
That's pretty hard.
Yeah, I just wish she like killed him or like incapacitated him.
Lies the perpetual problem with Sakura, which is like this was a fucking dope moment. Like okay, so she cuts her hair. Tight visuals. We've established his emotional impact behind it. W number 1. She pulls this sweet like. Not only cool
like,
combat trick, but like totally dunks on this guy mentally. Yeah. Just gets him. And then lands a sick shot. Like, nice. And then there's like she bites his arm and he starts punching her in the head over and over again.
And mind you, she has the knife in his hand or whatever, wherever she stabbed him, because there's a shot where it's like his one hand is like pinned to his chest and he's just beating the shit out of her.
Beating the shit out of her.
It's so good too, because there are like cuts between the
they keep cutting away.
Yeah, between the like past like Sakura and Ino, and they keep like doing the flashbacks, and then they cut back to her getting punched.
I think there are like 5 cuts just to her getting fucking clocked in the head by this guy, and not even like super strong punches. He's like never unbending his elbow. He's just kind of bopping her in the head over and over again.
Just whack-a-mole with Sakura's forehead.
Maybe an aggregate like 45 seconds of screen time of Sakura just getting punched in the head over and over again, and it's just such a rude way to end that sequence for her.
Yeah.
It's just so fucking unnecessary.
Like they really could have had her incapacitate like the one guy, right? And then just let this creepy guy with the mask come over and you can still, if you want to show her getting kicked in the face 900 times or punched in the face 900, you can still do that. You just finish her moment out correctly where she gets a W.
Yeah, she knocks one of them out or something. And like even if she can't take him down, like I get also that I think this is meant to show like how determined she is, but it just looks pathetic because he is just like love tapping her in the head over and over and over.
And she's just like gnawing on his arm.
Yeah, it's just like a really impotent scene to end this like sequence.
It really reminded me like fighting with like my siblings because your brother bites you. Fuck.
Yeah, it's just like real unfortunate like comedic timing because I'm sure maybe if I saw this like if I wasn't watching it with you guys or maybe if I like read the manga or some shit, it would have been like a more emotional thing where she is just like
time wouldn't be as weird in like the manga because it's like panels and not live.
It's just weird pacing and like also kind of unfortunately really funny.
The manga probably also made it a little bit more graphic too, right? Like
it's pretty graphic in the show. Like she's getting the shit beat out of her. She is like
a
bloody pulp.
Yeah.
Which is like I respect it. Good on her.
It is some of the most blood that we've seen in the whole show.
Yeah, aside from Sasuke getting pin cushioned, like this is a lot.
Yeah. And then this is the last episode and it ends out with Ino's team stepping in to protect Sakura because they've been watching from the bushes, and Ino's like, why would I help them and also just get owned? But eventually she like values her old friendship with Sakura enough and like protecting Sasuke enough that like she drags her 2 idiot boys forward, and they will be fighting the Sound Ninja in the next episode.
And she like walks in like, nobody takes the spotlight away from me.
Yeah.
Like, okay, you know.
Okay, sure. You've all of your conversations in the Forest of Death have been about how your team's pathetic, but go off. Like,
so how did you guys feel about these episodes? Let's like go around the table, I suppose.
start with Katie.
I mean, I felt pretty good about him. I really didn't like the Snake Man.
Yeah.
Because he did a lot of filthy looking stuff.
he was a dirty snake.
He hurt me in unimaginable ways.
Ways I didn't think I could be hurt.
Right.
Yeah.
Like I didn't know I had the fears.
He could start his own ASMR thing.
No.
Yeah, deep throating ninja scrolls.
Well, just all the sounds.
This is what it sounds like when I eat a heaven scroll.
That's not even.
Stop.
None of us have headphones on, so we don't know how that's showing up on the microphones.
Like horrific.
I have headphones on. That's why I said stop.
I didn't see it.
No, I thought that was a good batch. I thought the first filler episode is really good. And
I
that
think
might
you
have.
called it your favorite episode of Naruto.
I think it's my favorite episode of Naruto.
God,
which is crazy.
that is something.
They do fully reuse. They like reuse the animation of Konohamaru hiding as a box, just with a different background. They like try to trick you into thinking it's not the same animation.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's dumb as hell. But yeah, all the Forest of Death stuff was good.
Liam, what did you think of these?
I wasn't a fan of the first episode. I just thought it was kind of
whatever.
Well, instead of
Whatever.
instead of doing that, you could have just had an episode.
Well, you couldn't.
Well, we did need.
That's not how
Kakashi
weekly
Fox.
release schedules work, I suppose.
I guess I don't know.
We're gonna do a clip show of this podcast in a couple weeks. We're just gonna.
But
Yeah.
no, I actually quite enjoyed this show and this stretch here. There's a couple of lulls.
Yes.
But again, I enjoyed it mostly because the other teams and mostly the other characters, and literally the only person I find tolerable now on that Team 7 is Sasuke.
I'll take it.
Sasuke got some
Yeah.
mega dubs in these episodes.
Yeah,
He also
Sasuke
took some
rules.
hard L's though. There's a roller coaster for Sasuke.
I suppose, yeah.
That's what. Hey, you want me to like a character?
Yeah.
That's how you do it.
Give him some L's so he's relatable.
Yeah. Because my name's Liam, right?
Yeah, that's why.
Yeah, of course.
So the filler, great, and then the Forest of Death, like a nice little come down from the high of the filler episode.
For me, yeah.
Yeah,
For sure.
It's like an expert.
Yeah.
it's like a gentle growth towards.
And it goes up really, really, really big, and then there's the whole Sakura thing, and kind of plateau a little bit.
I really do think that Sakura Blossoms was a
Good episode.
good ass episode.
Yeah.
It ends again. This show cannot not disrespect Sakura, but at least she had some amount of redemption.
Yeah.
And you guys actually did like make a very compelling case to sway me on the hair thing, because I was previously not super sold on it.
I
But
think
I'm
Sakura
on
like
board.
cutting the hair is one of the most iconic moments that
It's
we've seen in the show so far.
I think it is like a very recognizable moment in like all of Naruto.
For me, it's.
But I think people meme it a lot.
It's the.
Oh really?
Yeah.
Just like
I think because they have like the same opinion that I had
month
going
2 of
in.
quarantine.
Yeah, and they didn't have people coming in to correct me about the emotional weight of the hair.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
For me, it's like iconic moments as far as I've seen. It's like the shadow shuriken move or whatever.
Yeah.
That was huge.
That was
Very
tight.
sick.
That was huge.
And then the hair is pretty good too.
Yep.
Haku getting splattered was
Haku getting splattered is an iconic one.
Zabuza's
Naruto turning into the
line.
fox on all fours is another one.
So there's been
been a few.
moments. I do
Kakashi
think
fucking.
these
Kakashi fucking. That's off screen, but that is an iconic. If we had seen it, that would be the iconic
dancing.
moment.
We have younger listeners, boys.
Sorry.
Sorry.
Kakashi was dancing.
God.
Sorry to all the teens listening to our podcast.
Sorry to all the teens and tweens.
Jesus. I I think that this batch of episodes was probably the strongest that we've watched so far.
Yeah.
Like,
fuck yeah.
just as like a
buddy.
whole thing. Like,
Yeah.
there was very
The Canadian
minimal
accent
low
came out
points.
there.
Oh, fuck yeah.
You got to see some fucking ninjas doing some shit. Oh,
The Chunin exams,
Fuck
man,
yeah.
it's where it really takes off.
Yeah,
like,
for sure.
I think these were really strong. I think it stays strong for like a while.
Yeah.
I think we're in the heat now, and we are going to be watching or we're going to try to watch more episodes of the show per episode of the podcast.
Yeah.
For that reason.
and that might mean you get more podcasts. Like
Yeah, because we're going a little long. Well, there's some stuff that'll get edited out here, but
Not with all stays. What did you think of these episodes?
I loved him.
Awesome. What's wrong?
All right, that's a
I
wrap,
don't
boys.
think I've ever been sour. I think the only ones that I didn't like were that really dark episode that we recorded about the Haku fight. I think
a
every
really
other.
intense recap
I've enjoyed
episode.
watching Naruto every other
Yeah,
week.
no, like looking back, I like Naruto.
I like doing this podcast because there's the ups, the downs, the victories, the losses.
Speaking of ups and downs, what's the love lists and the hate lists looking like this week, guys?
I think I am going to have a properly kind of formulated list by the end of this exam.
You're holding off on the hate list this week? I mean, the exam goes for a while. Or do you mean the Forest of Death part?
Well, yeah, I think I'll wait for that because as far as it is, it's fucking Choji on the top though.
Choji is a
Yeah.
disgusting fucking grumble.
I don't even- can we not even talk about him?
Fucking head.
Can we just not? Let's just forget about Choji.
I just
bad.
hate him so much.
Oh man, yeah, he's rough. Especially now that we have some other characters really coming into their own. He just stands out even more.
Yeah, like he is a way of grading that even the voice of Naruto cannot overcome.
You're insulting the voice of Naruto.
I just love my barbecue.
I'm leaving.
to bring my snacks.
I'm quitting the
what
podcast.
about the love list there, KT?
The love list right now has 2 spots. Slot number 2, Rock Lee. The handsome devil of the Leaf Village.
Yep.
self-identified.
Self-titled.
But true. Guy number 1, I get it.
Crazy not to put him as the top, actually. But
Rock Lee?
yeah.
No, Kakashi's number 1 again.
Kakashi's still
'cause
number one.
Kakashi, yeah. I can't get over it. I cannot
Kakashi
get
was
over it.
absent from these episodes aside from saying I fuck, and he's number 1 on the list.
Kakashi appeared in the filler into that really sort of
Just was enough.
salted.
just sealed the deal, baby.
Yep.
Oh,
Not
man.
afraid to admit it.
We're
I
back.
wrote the line
I'm
about
feeling-
Kakashi body pillows.
I'm feeling good about this one.
Goodbye.
I feel like I was gushing a lot on this episode, but you know what? I just love our good boy Naruto and all of his friends.
I feel like it was a very positive vibe for this batch.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
If I had a love list, Sakura would have leapfrogged many characters for me.
I'm pretty happy with this. I kind of forgot how cool this moment was, punching in the head aside.
Yeah.
When we were talking about when is Sakura going to do anything betting pool, I forgot about this moment.
Yeah, we all
this
lost.
This came
We all
way
lost.
earlier than I thought it would.
I'm excited to see where it goes, what they do, if they just immediately revert back to trash Sakura.
Yeah, we'll
because
see.
But does that mean okay? So
Doesn't bode
I said
well.
110.
Yeah, so are we doing Price is Right rules,
Yeah.
closest without going over?
I think so.
So
Like,
that
I
means
win.
Katie
Who
wins.
had the most faith in Sakura? I think it was.
I think
Katie.
it was me.
Yeah.
I said 50 or
might
something.
have
You
been
said 50, which is actually
No,
not
you
super
had
far off
you
because it
had
was 32.
80s.
Did I?
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
Katie had the lowest.
You know, feminism.
There you go.
Well, I mean, I don't think it was that.
It was feminism.
Sakura, the embodiment of
Feminism.
feminism.
Yeah, it was the feminism for me.
It was the solidarity for me, the solidarity between women, with Ino and Sakura finally coming through at the end. Let's do a new betting pool. Bechdel test. When Bechdel test when?
Jesus. We'll save it for the Patreon.
All right. Anything else we want to say? Wrapping this one up.
Yeah, not a lot of Believe It.
Oh yeah, we gotta do believe the count.
Honestly, so there were 2, then 3, then 1, then none for a couple episodes. And then I
That'd be the
apparently
Orochimaru
stopped
fight?
counting.
Well, because it's just
Well, he was not believing it.
Well,
he was
unconscious.
KO.
Oh yeah,
None
Naruto
towards
was
the end.
knocked
Yeah.
out.
So it was
yeah.
none from the Orochimaru fight onwards.
So
Yeah.
our theory of non-filler episodes having
Less believe it's.
little to no believe it's is pretty on point.
Yeah, holding true so far. All right. Speaking of believe it's, hand in.
Okay.
Do we count up or count down? I can't remember.
We count every way.
We fuck it up every time.
All right. We'll go 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Believe it.
We'll learn to plan.
That's kind of part of the big story, right?
I was just gonna count like you looking because they can't see my hand.
But then how do they know when to say it along with us?
Yeah.
Our fans.
You're assuming they say it along with us?
Someone's on the train like,
Fuck is wrong
Oh
with
yeah,
you?
baby. Our fans are saying along.
We'll start pulling the Twitter.
Yeah.
If you say
Follow
believe it
Believe It
along
Cast.
with us in
If
your
this
car,
audio
in
is
your
still going.
headphones, whatever,
Yelling at
give us
your-
a shout out
yelling
at
at
Believe
your
It
mom.
Cast.
honestly, if you like just mouth the words, I'll take that too. That's
If you feel them really profoundly in your heart, I'll take that.
I just like pump a fist as we say believe it.
Freeze frame like the end of Breakfast Club.